Hey, this is George. We're here at a development here in Southern California, and these types of scenarios are being played out all over the country. Vacant homes that have been vacant for more than 6 months, sometimes more than a year, multiple code violations. These are huge problems for the city, huge problems for the police department. People break into them. What you're seeing here in Southern California are beautiful homes, nice homes that have never been lived in, that have never seen the light of day, except for taggers that come in, graffiti up the houses, break the doors, break the windows, and it's a huge security concern for the communities around here. But the one thing, the question you got to ask yourself if you're thinking about buying a home is just take a look around you and look at all the vacant housing, especially here in Southern California, and think about what's going to happen when all that housing hits the market. Are you factoring into your decision of buying a home all the homes that are upside down? Do you even have an idea that most of the homes bought in 2006, 2007 are now upside down? See, before the government, the economy could handle a slow managed decrease in the price of homes so then they recover. What you have now is you have housing has fallen off a cliff. Alan Greenspan lowered interest rates, and all that liquidity, all that money went straight into housing. And we had a huge housing bubble. That's exactly what we had. Housing wasn't worth the 300, 400, 500,000, 600,000. All this money that people were making was entirely inflation. Now that we're seeing the popping of the real estate bubble, don't think it can't go further. See, that's what happened. That's the problem, is people think, okay, gosh, it's a $400,000 house. It went down to $300,000. That's a great deal. It's not a great deal. Just because something went down $100,000 doesn't mean it can't go down more. So that's what we're dealing with here in Southern California and across the country. Is you have an entire group of people that work for a living, middle-class Americans, that have to make a decision now. You have to make a decision between robbing your 401k, robbing your children's future, or ruining your credit. That's the decision that middle-class Americans are having to make. I'm hearing it here on the ground in Southern California. These are professionals, people with good jobs. They're having to make the decision, well, do I pay the mortgage or do I pay the car payment? What do I do? So what you're seeing is a huge transfer of wealth going on, and the transfer of wealth is going from the good people that have good credit, that want to maintain that good credit, and they're paying a mortgage even though they're $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 upside down. They're still going to pay that mortgage because they want to protect that credit rating. And all that is doing is transferring a huge amount of wealth to Wall Street, the hedge funds. That's who's going to benefit from this huge real estate collapse that's coming, that is here. It's not the individual middle-class person that is going to get a great deal on a beautiful home. It's going to be these hedge funds and these financial institutions that are going to be giving 50, 100, 1,000 homes at a time at 10 cents, 20 cents on the dollar. That's what's happening here in America.